Let's go outside, let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk. Hi folks, and welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Pat Becker, and we have a super show for you today. Every show is a super show.
I agree.
How are you feeling, Ted?
I feel great.
And Lynne Lusk, how are you?
I'm good.
And this is Baxter. And
Baxter!
And Baxter is a Havanese. Are you Havanese? Am I, Mom?
He's got a Fu Manchu.
Yes, he
I love it.
does.
So tell me, Lynne, what do you know about the Havanese?
Well, I learned that they were bred for the aristocracy in Cuba.
In Cuba, that's exactly right.
To be their companions, and
Yes.
I also learned that they're called
Habaneros.
Well, I don't know about that,
Yeah.
but Velcro dogs.
They are
because
Velcro
they stay right next to you all the time. I can
That's right.
attest
Oh,
for
that's
that.
good.
So,
That's exactly right. Yeah, you know, and another little tip, they were put there for, and a lot of the dogs that were the dogs that sat in the empress's laps and all of the aristocracy, the other thing they did was keep mice and rats away, and these dogs were very good at that.
Helpful dogs then.
Yes, they were very helpful, and that was part of it. Every female needed kind of a companion that would kind of alert for her. And of course, they are kinned. A lot of the DNA is with the Bichon Frises.
Oh.
And they're another dog that was about the same time as this. They're lovely dogs, great companions if you
Handsome
want.
dogs.
Handsome dogs. And they're very active too. Now, is your dog active? What do you do with your dog?
Well, we've had a few agility classes there with
wow.
Nancy.
Excellent.
Right here, and we're not going to go for competition, I don't think, but I
Yes.
love him around other dogs, and he is a fast runner, so I think he likes
it's so
it.
much fun. And there again, folks, you don't have to compete, you know, in any kind of trials and things. Just go and take the lessons, have the fun. The dogs love it.
Yes,
People
they
tell
do.
me when they drive into the driveway, going to an agility training session, they start whining and kind of, you know, they know where they're going. They love it. And it's social. I am so for it.
And treats are the bonus, too.
And treats are the
because
bonus, that's
he will
right.
do just about anything for
Well,
treats.
that's good to know because we have some for him.
Oh,
He
my
is the dog of the
goodness.
week. You are the lady of the week.
Oh,
This
thank
is
you
a
so
$100
much.
gift certificate
Oh,
to
that's
A1 Pet
wonderful.
Emporium. And we got
looky
him a
here,
little
Baxie.
something
Gosh. Is that
to
a
play
possum?
with.
What is that?
It's a possum.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
Oh, my
And look
goodness.
at this. This is fun too. Oh, we got all kinds of things that you can chew on. You like to chew,
all
Baxter?
right.
Yes, Baxter says,
Baxter.
I'll take that one. Well, Lynne, we thank you so much
Yes,
for coming
thank
and
you.
sharing this
We
Havanese. This is the
enjoyed
first
it.
time that we've had a Havanese on,
Really?
and they are wonderful dogs. Now, this is a young dog. Obviously, it's smaller. How old is he?
He's almost 8 months.
8
but
months,
he's,
okay.
12 pounds, so he's
Yes.
close to his full
He's going to get there. He's
range.
definitely going to get there. Yes, you good baby. Well, enjoy your dog. You know, obviously
we
he
do.
loves you, and they're great dogs. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Kay Stout is here.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
So, Kay Stout, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
And you're with Paws now.
Yes, I am.
And it's so, I hear such fantastic things. Where is Paws located?
In Veneta, Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. And you've been down there for how long?
Not quite 2 years, about a year and a half.
Uh-huh. Well, I understand things are going spectacularly well, and I am so pleased for you.
Thank you.
I had called you and said, what's up? And you said, I'll show you what's up. So
Yes,
you
I-
sent me a video. Want to see it?
I do.
Again?
Yes.
I do, and
I'd
Ted,
like
you'll
to
love
see it.
this.
Yes.
Let's watch this.
They greet us when we come home, lay around in the funniest of places. They're man's best friend, they're loyal, they're curious, they're cuddly, and they're full of love. And if you're ready to adopt or foster, then sit back, relax, and let's explore why rescues like the Peaceful Animal Adoption Shelter in Veneta are top dog choices for great pets in Northeast Oklahoma and beyond.
Paws came about as the result of Petey losing his life, a beloved cat of Tony Stanley. She's a businesswoman well known in the Veneta area, and she wrote a letter to the editor. And like many bad things that have a good ending, that letter prompted many people to contact her. They began to get together to think about it and organize it. The end result was they established a 501c3, which in the nonprofit world is a must if you're going to receive grants and donations as tax deductions. I came on in January of 2014. They broke ground in February of 2014. We opened in April of 2015. It is a beautiful, gorgeous building, and what we quickly realized is we could save dogs and cats, hundreds if not thousands, but we would not be able to do it as a local adoption facility.
The SPCA reports that nearly 2.7 million dogs and cats are euthanized each year in America. However, in less than a year's time, Paws has already proven its worth in Veneta and 4 surrounding communities by providing adoption services and a medium through which unwanted animals can be healthy and find families that value, want, and will love them.
Before Paws, we had the Veneta area and Craig County area had a huge overpopulation of animals, dogs and cats specifically. With some of the programs put in place, trap, neuter, release with the cats, specifically feral cats, and then with the dogs, helping educate people as far as spaying animals and adopting out animals to people that truly wanted to take care of the dogs and cats. That was the problem that we had, and with Paws in place, it gives us that opportunity to do so.
I do some of their spaying with a group of other veterinarians in the area. We do their spaying and neutering and handle some of their medical problems that they have, and they have been a real asset to the community. They are picking up some of the slack for some of the stray dogs. We've always had some rescue groups around here, but never enough. So they are helping to rescue some of the area dogs. They take dogs that have been in the pound that have served their time and normally would be euthanized. They take them into their facility. They are first made healthy. They are then spayed or neutered, microchipped, and then homes are found for them.
Remember the hundreds or thousands of pets that Kay said we could potentially save, but not as a local facility? Well, what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. Progress.
We found a viable solution to help the homeless dogs and cats that are in this area was to transport them out of state. Fortunately, we were able to reach out to colleagues in Colorado and Wyoming, and in August of last year, we began a very successful transport program to Denver Dumb Friends League, Boulder Valley Humane Society, and the Cheyenne, Wyoming Animal Shelter. To date, we have sent almost 400 animals that have found wonderful homes. Last night, we loaded up dogs that were headed to Colorado.
Why transport at night? Well, just like humans, dogs can adapt and conform to schedules. So transporting when the dogs are normally resting means less traffic, less potty breaks, and ultimately, less stress on the pets. Colorado is a pet-friendly state and is making an impact on healthy pet populations. The Denver Dumb Friends League, for example, takes in from 60 to 100 animals per day, most of them from states like Oklahoma and Texas. They share the same goal as Paws. Their doors are always open for homeless or unwanted pets as an alternative to euthanization, making efforts by volunteers like Tom all the more worthwhile.
I do this because of my love for animals. My wife is an ex-veterinary technician, retired, and we're a division of Paws right now. It's called Richardson Birthing Center. We take the pregnant mamas in, they have their puppies at our home, and we have them for 8 to 10 weeks, and then they're gone. And they will be going up for adoption and finding their forever homes.
Wow, what a great video.
Thank you.
And we were talking during that video, and I understand you have had very few animals being euthanized.
Absolutely. The Veneta Pound has not euthanized for space since we opened.
Oh, wow.
But we're now also rescuing from Ketchum, Langley, Cleora, and Chelsea. Likewise for them, those adoptable animals come into our facility and go on to find good homes. In addition, we have 13 area rescues throughout the state that are now working with us, so we can help them as well.
Fantastic.
That's
That is
awesome.
fantastic. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I am so proud for you.
Thank you.
You have done great
Great work.
work.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. Will you come back and update us?
Anytime, ask me. No problem.
That sounds good to me.
Great.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to our trainers.
Hey Dog Talk fans, make sure you join the conversation on social media. Just go to facebook.com/dogtalktv. We'd love to hear a story of your furry friend, so send us an email to pat@dogtalktv.com. You could be featured as our Dog of the Week. Now, enjoy the show.
What fun we had recently when we rounded up the 3 of our trainers, and I said, let's do a little episode, each of you, give your philosophy about training and a training tip. So we did.
It was great.
And Shelley was up first.
Hi, I'm Shelley Erdman. I'm an instructor at Full Circle Obedience School, and this is Sage. She's destined to be a show dog. My philosophy of training is positive reinforcement, which doesn't mean you allow dogs to do what they want, just means you reinforce the things that you want your dog to do, and you redirect when you have issues with them. I never see a need for pain or punishment in training. Positive reinforcement helps you build a bond with your dog, makes for a great relationship that's long-lasting, and you won't find a need to rehome your dog. I'm going to demonstrate to you a recall, which I feel is really important as a very first training exercise for your dog. Sage is 15 weeks old. She's never been on a lead before, but before she ever leaves my home to go to a dog show, she'll need to know how to do a recall. We start with a very short distance. I have about a 5-foot lead here, and we're going to put some toys on the floor. I'll call her to come to me, and your job will be to start this way and then extend the distance by putting them on a longer lead. All right, Miss Sage, I'm going to let her get interested in the toys. I'm going to get out my clicker and some yummy treats. I always want to use the very best treats when I do come when called. Sage, come! As she approaches me, I'm going to click and I'm going to reward her with a yummy treat. I'll practice this with lots of toys over and over until it becomes a habit for her. Sage, come! I want to feed her really close to my body when she comes towards me. If I stretch out and feed her here, she's very likely to grab the treat and take off. I want her to come into my personal space, because dogs have a personal space bubble kind of like people do, and I want her to know it's safe to come close to me. Sage, come! There we go. Good. Now I'm going to up the ante, and I'm going to put a treat on the floor to get her really interested. And I'm going to put something better in my hand. Use a little hot dog this time. Oh, look at that chicken. Here, look here. Sage, come! I want her to learn to come to me regardless of what's on the floor or in her environment. When you work with your puppies, start with low value things on the floor, increase the value. Start with very short distances and increase the distance. The rules for come when called are never call your puppy to do something unpleasant, like trim nails, put them outside, put them in a crate, and never call your puppy to them to punish them. It's important for you to know that any dog of any age can be trained to come when called. Some of the typical mistakes that people make is they go in the backyard and call their dog to come in without having any physical control, like a leash. And then the dog's interested in a butterfly or a blade of grass or the dog next door. The more times you call your dog to come to you and they don't come to you, they're getting really good at ignoring your recall commands. So we want to be sure for a very long time, several months sometimes, that our dogs are always on leash, which means we have physical control of whether they return to us or not. Then you can practice at some point in an enclosed area of having your dog come to you off leash. It's important that you use very high value treats. Some of the hard treats like little milk bones and things like that we want to avoid. Use something yummy like hot dog, chicken strips, cheese. I don't advocate feeding your dog people food as a diet, but I do advocate using those yummy things. It's like getting $50 for your services instead of $5. Dogs really like the high value things.
Well, Rusty,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here again today.
Well, it's so good to see you, and you did one too.
Yes, I did.
I was really pleased with this one.
Well, thank
You'll
you.
like this.
All right, great.
All right.
Hello, my name is Russell Rasmussen, Associate Trainer with Canine Sports Academy. This is Bubbles. She's a Siberian Husky and is absolutely food motivated. It'll be a blast today. I'd like to talk to you about a number of things. First of all, about the breed of your dog. You need to have an understanding of what they like to do. For an example, the Siberian Husky really likes to run. They're a pack animal and they're used to covering massive amounts of space. One of the things they do is shed. Luckily for us, she's got a full coat, but that won't last long because she will be shedding rather quickly, and should be a lot of fun. I also want to talk to you about walking your dog. It is very, very important that you walk your dog. For a number of reasons. A majority of dog owners will lose their dog either out the front door or out the fence, and it's very important if your dog has an understanding of its surroundings. They're used to cars passing by, they're used to smells, they're used to other things in your neighborhood. So it's very, very important that you spend some time with your dog. It also develops a bond. You are the pack leader for your dog. It allows you to spend some one-on-one time and work with your dog and get to know them, and they get to know you. Some exercises that we will be talking about today are for the physical fitness of your dog. You and I can sit at a desk all day and work, or we can be on our feet all day at work. We could be driving a car, a truck, it doesn't matter. But we need exercise. Just like your dog, they're at home waiting for you to come home. But what you can't do is just hop on a pair of tennis shoes and go for a run. You're going to need to practice some exercises. And so today we will show 5 exercises to you that can help your dog stretch and prepare for that walk. Just like you need to do whenever you work out, you exercise, you'll need to stretch and prepare. We're going to do some basic stretches with your dog. You can ask them to sit. Good. We can ask them to down. Oh, good. We can ask them to stand. Here you go. Oh, she got that one from me. Let's see if we can get her to sit. Good girl. Down. All right. Get her to stand. What this does is this helps stretch out their shoulders so when you're ready to walk. Here you go. There we go. All right. Can we sit? Bubbles. Good girl. Can we go down? All right. We go back up. Sit. Good girl. Yeah. Stand. See if we can get her to bow. There we go. Good girl. It's a good stretch along this part of their body and can really help them out and get ready to walk. Good girl. Can you sit? Good. You're already sitting. Down. All right. And we can get them to crawl. Good girl. Look at that. She's a good girl. Sit. There we go. We'll do one more exercise for you. Let's see if we can get her to weave. We'll see if she can weave in and out of my legs. That'll provide some flexibility. Okay, we got lots of treats. Come here. Oh, here we go. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Here it is. All right. Look at that. This builds, here's a treat. There you go. Good girl, Bubbles. See if we can get her to spin. Oh yeah, she's gonna take that treat. I got one in this hand. We get her to spin each direction, and this just loosens her up. Remember, she's been at home waiting on you all day long. So before you go out for the walk, well, she's ready to go. Guys, enjoy your walk. Make sure to spend lots of time with your dogs and warm up before you go out and experience your neighborhood.
Super demo.
Bubbles
I
is
just
a
loved
smart
it.
dog.
Well, Bubbles has an excellent trainer.
That's true.
That always helps. And it brings up the whole idea with train your dogs. Take your dogs to a trainer.
And stretch them
And
before a walk.
Exactly.
A little bit of
Exactly.
exercise, and really you're teaching them a trick, but it
Exactly.
also allows them to get ready for whatever activity
It
you're gonna do.
absolutely does. So Angie Dayton did one too. Let's watch hers.
Hi, I'm Angela Dayton, and I am with the Oklahoma City Obedience Training Club. and we're here today to talk about several things, including my philosophy about dog training. My philosophy simply is this: every dog needs training. I don't care how old it is or how young it is. And as a parent of a dog, it is your responsibility to take care of that so that these dogs don't become poor citizens and you don't have to go rescue them from the animal shelters, or worse yet, take it to the animal shelter because you can't take care of it and make it behave itself. This little dog's name is Mike, and he is a border collie. He just turned 6 months old today. And I brought him to demonstrate what I think is one of the very most important exercises a dog should know, and that is leave it. The problem is that dogs like to smell, and they like to chase things, and they like to investigate just about everything that's foreign to them. And a lot of times it will be a dead squirrel if you're out, or a dead bird, or even worse yet, a pill that's on the floor that somebody drops, a hot piece of meat that comes out of the oven, and you drop the meatloaf on the floor, and dogs can be severely injured that way, and the pills can kill them. So we don't want that, and I'm going to demonstrate with Mike the very beginnings of learning what I call leave it. And leave it simply means that you don't go for it, and you look at me when I tell you to leave it, so that the dog understands that, oh, he can look, but he can't go near it and he can't touch it. Mike is going to make a dive. These are his things, his toys, his bowl, the water bottle, which he loves, this funny thing at the end, which he can chase. But he's going to want to take care of all of it, and we're going to show him very slowly but very succinctly that this is not a choice. Mike is going to walk with me, and he's got his nose on the floor, as you can see. Sit. Sit. Good job. We always start off this way because the dog is under control, sort of, because he's a puppy. Sit. Okay, let's go. Leave it. Good job. Leave it. He says, all right, I can look at this other stuff. I don't have to do that way. Come on. Leave it. No. Don't like to use no unless I absolutely have to. Come on. Leave it. Oh, he's looking, but he's not diving. Good job. Lots of praise. Good boy. Let's try it again. Come on. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Hallelujah. We didn't even look at him. Let's make it harder. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. I know it's terrible. Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Leave it. Leave it. Well, now that we've got the idea across to this puppy, we're going to make it more valuable to leave things alone. And we have a treat. And we're going to give it to him when he doesn't look and he does what he's supposed to do. And he's beginning to catch on. Some dogs take a long time to catch on. And then we're going to add distractions, maybe like that little thing rolling around. We'll see what happens. Okay, Mike, let's go. Leave it. See, he is not paying any attention to that stuff. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. And we're practically on top of it. Good boy. Look what you did. You were good at leaving it. So because of that, you can have that. All right, I'm going to turn the ball on again. We'll see if he remembers anything. Maybe. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Come here. Leave it. Oh, good job. Now, see, when we did that before, there was no hope. And now it's going to chase us. Leave it. He can look at it. I don't care if he looks at it. He's perfectly welcome to look at it as long as he doesn't go after it. Leave it. He'd like to, but he's learned that maybe that's not such a great idea. What a good puppy.
Wow, you know, this has been so helpful.
Yeah.
All of our viewers ought to really pay attention to these because 3 great trainers giving you super advice. So, Rusty, we appreciate it so much.
No problem. It was great exercise, and it's good for even my dog to experience a different environment, and she did really, really well.
She did well, and I'm so pleased about that. Well, all three of the dogs, really did well, and because, well, there again,
You have trainers.
you have great trainers. That really helps. But folks, it just gives the emphasis on, there again, what can happen, what you can do with a dog. You can train a dog, and as puppies, we start training them as puppies. How young do you train yours?
Well, as soon as you get the dog in your family, it can be as early as 8 weeks of age. But even with a puppy, most breeders will put a short leash on them. And so they're used to walking around with something that's attached to them before they even come to you.
Most good breeders will
Most
do that.
good breeders. I'm not here to say who's good or not, but just one training technique is to do that, whether they're going to be a home dog or a show dog or family pet. They get that basis at the earliest age possible. But the big thing with a puppy is socialization. Even before you or I send it somewhere else,
Absolutely.
you socialize that puppy, and it makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It's a necessity, because all the dogs, you see so many dogs that come into shelters, and it's, as I have repeated often, it's not mainly the spay and neuter thing, it's behavior.
It's behavior.
What
They
are the
are
problems
turned in.
if your dog isn't socialized? A lot of people just have their dog, there's not other dogs around, just have it at home. What kind of problems does the dog develop?
Ooh.
That's a really big
can of worms.
It's a
It is a
huge
can of
can of
worms.
worms. It's a very great question. You have two different sides. Aggression, number one, because they're not used to people, or they could be fearful. Those are your two major problems when the dog is not socialized. They don't know how to interact with people and children. And prime example, when I was younger, I had an Australian Shepherd. We didn't have little kids around our family at that time, because I'm a teenager, and this dog wanted to herd. H-E-R-D, little kids, thinking it's a,
And it's a natural
instinct, but
Yes.
because she was not socialized around, that sort of
Yeah.
little kids.
And they can nip at you.
They
I mean,
can nip.
actually break the skin sometimes. But it happens. There are so many things. Getting into garbage, getting aggressive with dogs that come to see you, barking at people. It happens.
anything.
So it is so valuable, and we thank you so much.
You can get these guys going for a while. Just one question.
You get a couple of trainers talking, and that's the way it is. Guys, take care. We hope you've had a good time today, because we really have.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging holes, thing like that. Dogs. Talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs. Dogs. Just talking about dogs. Lost and alone, running the street, checking the garbage, looking to eat. Out there sad and on their own, the law will get them if they got no home. Dogs, talk about dogs.